I'm Glenn Davies, Training Manager for dormakaba, and we're going to be installing a D-1610 door closer with a parallel arm installation. Here you can see I have the cylinder or body already installed, and I'm about to attach the main arm to the body. And the instructions, it tells you to preload the arm so that it's applying force in the direction that the door is in, so that direction there. That'll help keep the door from kind of vibrating in the wind. We could put the arm on just like this, but there wouldn't be any preload. So what we need to do is take a wrench, put it on the bottom of the spindle here, and turn that about 45 degrees, and then locate the arm on there so that when I let go of that with the wrench, it's now touching the door. So it's going to provide that nice little bit of extra force keeping the door shut. Now I'm going to attach the screw, keep the main arm in place. Now that we have our cylinder or body attached to the door, we're going to apply the parallel arm bracket to the underside of the frame. I'm going to keep all these screws a little bit loose initially, making it a little bit easier to align everything. Make sure you have these screws really nice and tight, otherwise it could work loose over time. Next I'm going to attach the forearm to the parallel arm bracket. Again, making sure the screw is really good and tight. Okay, now I've got to put the two arm pieces together. So I need to close the door just a little bit here. And I'm going to pull the main arm toward me, whoops, and attach the forearm to it. Now it's likely not adjusted correctly, so I'm just going to go ahead and close it and see what happens. Okay, so our speed needs to be adjusted, but the arm needs to be adjusted as well, and I can see that. Let me adjust the speed a little bit here so we get this to close. Okay, the arm is completely in the wrong position. It's sticking way out. Now it's called parallel arm because the forearm should be roughly parallel to the door surface, and I realize you can't see it fully at this point, but it's sticking out at an angle quite steep towards me. So I'm going to disconnect the arms and adjust that so that there's more travel in the arm, bringing it back this direction. So I'll extend this forearm portion. So I'm going to spin this out a little bit further and see if we're about in the right spot to get that arm parallel. Okay, we have the main arm and forearm sitting together, but they're not actually fastened together yet. So I'm going to take the screw and washer, and I'm going to fasten the two connections together here. Once again, making sure it's good and tight. Now the arm is adjusted correctly, but I don't have it locked in yet, so I'm going to turn this lock nut in place and fasten that down nice and snug so that we don't get any play in our arm. After you have your arm installed, of course, we want to check to make sure our speeds are correct. So that would include our back check on the hinge side here. Make sure that our latch and sweep speeds are correct, which they are at this point. And make sure that we finish up by dressing it up with the little cap on the bottom to cover the unused portion of the spindle. Well, that was our installation video for the D-1610 parallel arm installation. Thanks for watching.